Okay, here's Asbo number 50, which has fought me most of the way due to a few issues I wasn't expecting with the crankshaft, as we've seen, and various other external forces, such as my guy who does the rebores not being very well, but he recently felt well enough to rebore this cylinder for me so I could fit the oversized high compression piston. A few other little niggles that I've had to overcome, but here we are at the moment where I'm hoping to try and start it. So I'll put the camera down here and climb up there and see if we can make a bit of noise. Petrol tap's leaking. Right, I have to turn the fuel off. At least that shows that we've got oil returning. Well, that was the first attempt to start it. There we go. Oh well, we've got a runner. I've also still got the primary chain case cover off. I've got marks there for checking the ignition timing by strobe before that goes back on, and I seem to have a leak from the fuel tap to deal with, but I'm happy with the way that sounded and appeared to run, so I'll next check the fuel tap, and once I'm happy with that I'll get the strobe on it, verify the ignition timing's right, and then might be able to have a go up the road. So at last, that was a long time coming, but looks like we're getting there finally. Okay, back with Asbo number 50, and I've got those irritating little oil and fuel leaks under control, I think, and the engine's been running for a good few minutes now and warmed up and settled down. I've adjusted the tick over. Well, it's not rattling all the tools and bits and pieces on the bench around, so it's running smoothly enough. It sounds okay. Sounds like it's got a bit of get up and go in it, mind you, it should have. And sounds pretty similar to all the others actually. They're built to similar specifications. I haven't checked the timing by strobe yet. The primary cover is still off, but I'm happy with the way it's sounding and it's ticking over nice and smooth. I'll put the camera down here and I'll just stop it. Restart it. I'll get that ignition timing checked by strobe, and then I think we'll get the primary cover on and I'll try it up and down the lane. So I've got some alternative jets ordered for the carburetor, because at the moment I think it's got a 200 main jet in there and a 106 needle jet. I've ordered 107 and 108 needle jets and a 240 and a 250 main jet, because I think we're probably going to need those. But I can always take a run up and down the lane on it, or ride it gently on the road until those bigger jets come. But if there's any sign of any pinking, I won't be giving it too much throttle until I get those jets changed. But overall I'm happy with that. I'm going to go and have some lunch now, and then this afternoon I'll do the timing by strobe and get it ready to hopefully move under its own power. Things are looking up at last. Right, here we are with Asbo number 50, and I've got the timing all strobed up and everything. It's running okay, but I'm just going to demonstrate the fuel flow that we've got here. I've got the drain plug out at the bottom of the carburetor's float chamber there. Knock the camera down to a lower set, the torch down to a dimmer setting, and hopefully we can see the float bowl there, and the container I've got to catch some fuel, and I'm going to run some fuel through now. That is that's on reserve as well, and there's a reasonable amount of fuel in that tank. It's not full, but there's a reasonable amount in there. That is the rate that the fuel comes through to the carburetor. It's not exactly cascading out of there. Try it on. Yeah, fuel on. See, we're not even on reserve yet. That's on. That is the flow through the fuel tap. Now, that's enough fuel coming through for general sort of pottering about and running in and so on, but to get the full benefit of what this engine is going to be able to do, we really need more fuel flow than that. And Asbo number 2 hold a succession of pistons actually over the years, and it was only sort of not so long ago we reasoned and found out. I discovered that the fuel tap wasn't letting enough fuel through, and it was causing it to run weak when it was held near flat out for long periods, and it was overheating, running weak and putting holes in the pistons. So I think if this bike's gonna, if the owner's gonna really use its performance frequently, you might want to consider fitting a fuel tap with a bit more flow through it than that. We'll be alright for around here, around the lanes, and just sort of briefly give it the odd squirt of throttle. I mean, the engine's got to be run in yet, so it's not urgent that that's done right away, but it's probably one that the owner would be well worth considering doing, I think. Changing to something that will let a bit more fuel through a bit more quickly. Certainly wouldn't do any harm, and I know that I'd certainly be looking at doing it anyway. But we'll get a ride on this soon. We'll get it off the bike lift and give it a little run around the lanes and see how we get on with it.